Hello, hello. We're back at it again with another night of Sunday night Rocket League action at good old 10 p.m. Getting an Eastern Conference matchup between the fourth seed Atlanta Pandas, who are currently sitting at 10-4, and the fifth seed Jersey Jackals, sitting at 9-5. I am Boss Rodella on the mic. I've got Mr. Awesome Bill from Dawsonville. Bill, how are you doing, my man?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic. Looking to see a really good match tonight. And these are two teams already locked in the playoffs, kind of fighting for that last little bit of playoff seeding. So I expect to see a really, really solid matchup.
For sure, for sure. And like we were kind of talking about beforehand, these teams are kind of star-studded across the board. There really isn't one player. I mean, yeah, we were talking about Jersey Jackals having Val with just insane stats across the board, but the rest of their team between J-Dubs, Goldfish, and Jason, all just immaculate. They're playing well. It looks like they're playing with a lot of chemistry too. 30 assists for J-Dubs, 21 for Goldfish, 43 for Val, and 13 for Jason. It's pretty solid team chem this late in the season.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think Atlanta's big shining spot to me when we're looking at the numbers is their shots on goal. They really, really like to shoot. So I think if they can get that high volume in, they maybe have a chance. But like you said, Jersey really seemed to be a team that are connecting. I think we got a great one here as everyone's joining up.
For sure, for sure. And, we could hypothesize all day about who's going to win, but I think the best way to do it is just get right into the action. Looks like we're getting a kickoff between. Well, I kind of missed that there, unfortunately. I had the wrong screen pulled up. I am slacking early on. Sifri changes, turns, tries to get collection of the ball, but can't quite get it. Centered up here. Mark is going to have to try and pop this out. Gets it past one, pinches through the second. This is open if they can put this in. No, it's going to be wide left. The cleanup crew putting it in. Holy cow.
That is a fantastic play. Way to not give up on it. Stay in position. You never know when the ball's going to squeak out like that. So great read from Sifri on the situation. Great play from Mark and Polar to get it up there.
Oop. Marked, elevates, has control, looking for the flip reset. No, decided to go for the control, but J-Dubs was there in the waiting. The punch keeps Sifri off the ball. Val has control, flicks it. That's going to be on. Bang! Goal number 1 for Jersey.
Yep, and that is Jersey's leading goal scorer there in Val with a perfect flick, just as Marked is a little too slow to get up on it. That's, that's why we got stats, so you know who to look for offense, and that's what they're getting.
Well, and getting this late in the season, Mr. Bill, we've seen teams before that kind of rely heavily on one almost superstar level player. Do you think that's going to be a massive impact going into the playoffs, or do you think a team is going to do better just for a more equalized offensive approach?
I am a firm believer in the diverse scoring sheet for a team to be successful in the playoffs because playoffs aren't a situation where you can really have a bad game as a team. And when you rely on a star, no one's perfect. If you got one person scoring all your goals, one game they're not going to score any goals, well, then your team ain't scoring any goals. So I think a team where we're seeing, a 3-1 game being everyone getting a goal has a better chance to me in the playoffs than a guy who's got a hat trick, even if those 3 goals are unsavable highlight reel goals.
Fair. Well, J-Dubs actually decides to leave it. Mark beats to the ball high off the sidewalls. It's going to be a shot on net. Val looking for the fourth defender, the crossbar, and gets a little bit of team play action. Marked, elevates, passing it center. It's going to be off the sidewall. Jason's going to be able to beat to the ball. No, it's swatted away. A lot of high velocity shots just being sent back and forth right now at this point.
Yeah, both teams are really throwing them on and throwing them on hard. Atlanta especially. I mean, we're looking at eight shots in the first half of game 1 already. Really making Jersey make some saves. J-Dubs already with a Savior award. that is a hard team to beat, and that's exactly what I was talking about going in. High volume shooting is hard to manage. It's hard to defend against that, especially over a long 5-game series.
Well, and it's kind of wild, right? Because like normally when I've seen Rocket League series being played, game one is kind of a feeler. You're kind of testing the waters, looking for a couple low risk, hopefully high reward plays. But here we've just seen Atlanta just peppering the goal and hoping that it just goes in. And quite frankly, yes, it's paid off for one. I don't know if this Jersey team is, if their defense is really going to break that early on.
No, I mean, you do want to make them make a save, but it is certainly if it's feeling each other out, one of them is feeling the other out with a baseball bat a little bit, just throwing everything on them. And Jersey has been playing really tight, and that can maybe let them see where some holes are in Jersey's play, but it also might just be giving Jersey that consistency and momentum they need to really stay in it and weather the storm.
True. Val has control, going for the airlift over Marked, can't quite get it. Marked elevated nicely. J-Dubs splitting the 50, dropping down into the corner, getting a pass high center. It's a little too far though. Probably a little less power on that. Might have opened up the scoring opportunity for Val, but J-Dubs here keeping it alive. It's off the backboard. Nobody takes the touch, but there's no second man to take the shot. We've seen it so far where Atlanta's they've had some solid opportunities, but it seems like Jersey is struggling to initiate or establish the second man in the midfield for that pass.
Yeah, I've noticed that a lot of what they have done on offense, which has been very, very quiet, especially in the second half of this game, has involved the solo player. And I'm sure, there's going to be an element of wanting to play back when your opponents have, 9 shots in 4 minutes. But as we do get a little bit of we had a 2-on-1 there, but Polar Bear with a really, really good breakup and giving Sif a chance to avoid OT. Oh, amazing save from Jason into Val. Great team play to make sure that desperation save did not turn into a little bit of an own goal.
Oh, no, not quite high enough for Jason there to put that on target. So we're going to have a kickoff into OT. The break, very favorable from Jersey. Sif, though, able to get back just in time with his dropping center. Oh, it's going to be barred down. J-Jubs taken away game one in favor of Jersey.
Oh, and that is such a hard shot to defend. And you see Marked and Sif both kind of getting to it just a little bit behind it. That goal line is so unforgiving, and that was an absolute bullet. A fantastic response from Jersey. They did end up getting some shots on, especially in that OT. Obviously paying off. Both teams, though, really, really, really evenly matched despite the offensive onslaught that Atlanta put on paper.
Well, I'm not going to lie. You're not wrong. Gauging like that, crossbar play, it's so difficult from any angle, really, just waiting to see if it's going to bar down or go off the backboard. I know for a fact I wouldn't be able to make that save, so I would have been scored on for sure. But those are going to be potentially the plays that make or break a team deep into a playoff run. If we, maybe they can read and establish a defensive, a little bit of counter pressure early on, right before he quickly elevates. I'm not quite sure, but something would have to be done there, and hopefully Atlanta will be able to regain going into game 2.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, plays like that, maybe you can create a situation where you can disarm them going up a little bit higher. Maybe someone could have gotten a pre-jump in, but that's a really, really tough one. So at the same time, if I'm Atlanta, it only takes a little bit for a few of those shots to have connected and that scoreboard to look a little bit different. So I don't know how much of an adjustment I make coming into game 2 here. But that was a really, really solid core defensive performance from Jersey.
Well, Jersey quickly establishing some offense here in game 2. Jason tries to get it touched off. Oh, wow. J-Dubs busting out the protractor this early. Slots it high. Wow, what a placement.
Yeah, that is, and J-Dubs has had the highest saves per game of anyone in their on their team, and number 2 in goals per game. And game 1 and 2 have been what they are so far because of J-Dub's performance for Jersey.
Jason follows here. Val looking to possibly get it past Marked, but can't quite. Light pinch, though, keeps it in a dangerous spot here. Marked gets it centered. Can Sif get there? No. Val's going to elevate this right over the top of the goal. Polar Bear driving it back into the corner. J-Dubs is in the waiting. Pops it high. Jason going for the contest. Bumps Mark. Pop up by Val. Second touch. Looking for the third over the goalkeep, but no. That's going to be swatted away. Minute having already been played here. And it seems like a lot of pressure coming from Atlanta, but not as many shots on target.
Yeah, absolutely. And one thing I'm noticing here is some ping going crazy for Polar Bear. So something to keep your eye on for Atlanta. That's going to be really tough when you got such a strong player there who's maybe not able to follow the play as well as they'd like.
Such a close chance. Can J-Dub slot it here? No, the missed touch. Val getting hit with the stone wall. Goodness, I thought Jersey was going to be able to get a goal there.
Yeah, absolutely. There's been a few close calls on the goal line so far in this series. A lot of, a lot of tense, clenched cheeks out there for sure.
Jason looking for pass center. Val's already up, getting the pop. That's off crossbar. Can J-Dubs clear this away? No. Unfortunately, can't get a good handle of it, so Sif's going to establish the counterattack quickly. That's off backboard. Marked on target. Oh, man, Val clearing it away so quickly. Shoot, the passes, the outlet passes, Jason's constantly in the waiting there, and I'm waiting for it. We've already seen 2 redirects now kind of off target, but those are 2 potential opportunities that could have turned this game 3-0.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's a little bit of luck going on for sure on the part of ATL, keeping this a 1-goal game. If I'm Jersey, I'm really liking the rhythm that I'm getting and hoping we can start connecting a little bit more. But ATL definitely got to put their pedal to the metal a little bit as we come up to 2 minutes left, because they haven't really had some dangerous chances in quite a while.
Well, and I think you said it before. Both teams are locked in for the playoffs. This is kind of just jockeying for playoff seeding, correct?
Yep, absolutely. This is they're playing for the 4th and 5th. Actually, it looks like they could be playing for as high as 2nd seed in the Eastern Conference. So whoever wins tonight is going to be 2nd seed in the Eastern Conference. They can't unthrone Detroit, but they can move above Philadelphia, either team with a win here.
Deep long ball opportunity. Polar Bear able to stop that. Sif quickly turns. Not a lot of boost, though, to continue through that counterattack. Val's already up. Not able to get the flip reset. So Jason looking for the 50 with Mark. Mark gets it past 2. Can Mark get contact with the third touch? Yes, gets it centered. Sif not in the waiting. What is going on? The 2-man once again not being established and leaving offensive opportunities on the dinner table.
Yeah, this has been a story of some real missed opportunities, some gaps in pressure that both teams have not really capitalized on necessarily. We just saw Jersey kind of miss a little bit of a play as well. As we come into the last minute, it wouldn't take much for this to have been a really, really high-scoring game with a lot of the setups we've seen, but both teams got to be looking to maybe up the pressure on the ball carrier a little bit more. Try to not let it, just kind of trickle out in midfield or as you're trying to throw it on for a center.
What a save by Polar Bear. That could be the save of the game if they can actually equalize and potentially win this in OT. Polar Bear looking for the pop off the sidewall. Sif's in the waiting. No boost in the tank to be able to put that on target. Unfortunate.
Oh, that
Ooh.
It looked like there was a bit of a dangerous setup starting to come to save that game one. Sorry, not game one, game two.
No, you're
And we
good.
are seeing a really high ping, I noticed, from Polar Bear. So that is still something to keep an eye on there. ATL might not be playing in the most ideal of circumstances.
I thought there was going to be possibly clip worthy for sure. Polar Bear being able to put that high and getting that cleared away potentially could have established a counterattack. That ping, you though, like you said, could have been playing a pretty big part.
Yeah, and
in
it looks like
preventing
we're
that.
getting a server reset here on the back of that.
Would have been nice though, Bill. I'm just saying, a little bit of OT action in game two. It was right
Definitely.
there.
Well, we definitely got opportunity for some more OT here. Night's not over yet.
Not quite, but it is definitely starting to get away from Atlanta. Hopefully, they can be like Teflon and just kind of shrug everything off going into game three.
Yeah, absolutely. They need to just, keep a clear head. I don't think either team is really playing poorly. Like I said, I think both teams can put a little bit more pressure on. I think, that the errors from both teams are kind of going both ways. Looks like we got the server back up, so we're going to get the players in here and jump in. Oh, not quite yet. Looks like we're still waiting. Okay. We can join. I'm getting conflicting messages from the booth. I apologize for jerking you all around out there on the stream.
Well, Polar Bear's ping looks to be a little bit more stable, so we'll see game three how this might affect it. Plus, a little bit of an extended timeout effectively between games could possibly help the mental and just allow them to regain a little bit. Sif.
Yeah.
Oops, sorry, my bad.
Oh no, go ahead. I was gonna say that's a real benefit of those server switches. They become a timeout that doesn't really count towards your other use of a timeout.
Val try to take control of the situation, but Polar Bear is there to able to break things up. Sif tries to power it down, looking for maybe a ground pinch there, but couldn't quite get the control. A whiff from Polar Bear leaves this 0-0. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. That goalie, I mean, I know he clearly can't see the goalies at a boost, but seeing how they elevate and how they contest and seeing that they aren't really spending any boost might have given them some foresight into how the play might have broken down.
Ooh. Oh, good read there from Jason to get the save. Yeah, I think it's some insight we gain here watching. We can see everybody's boost, but it's one of the reasons why you're always better off challenging harder, because boost goes away really, really fast, and to assume that someone coming up the field is able to make a play every time, like you don't know until you put the pressure on and you find out they're panicking, and you get the right 50, and that's how you make goals happen. So definitely something I think both teams should really keep in mind here as we're trying to maybe see a little bit more high-flying offense out of both of them.
Ooh, unfortunate touch is going to leave an offensive opportunity for Jersey. Val elevates, gets the flip reset, can't quite get the second touch off the backboard. J-Dubs gets it center. Jason, no, so far away. No, what is that pop? Holy heck. I don't think I've ever seen a chip so dirty.
Oh, that was tough. Just a floater with the perfect spin to get that favorable bounce in the corner. Just impossible to read, impossible to save. That's a top-class goal.
Well, and you're like 9 times out of 10, you're expecting that to go off post. You're just kind of expecting that to bounce out and just play on as usual. But that was, I'm in the booth. I saw from all angles, and I was like, no, there's no way.
Oh, we got a good on from Sifri. Can he finish it to tie it up? He can. Nice. Incredible answer from Sif there. Really quick. What's that? Yep, 33 seconds from the last goal. Little assist from Mark. ATL right back in it.
Well, and that's kind of great, right? Because Atlanta were shut out last game, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, they were
Yeah,
because they lost 1-0. So this is their first goal since game 1.
yeah, absolutely, and that's that can really start to wear on you mentally, especially when you give up the first goal in the game after the shutout. It's like, all right, well, geez, when are we gonna score? So that that's important to get those quick answers when you're having some troubles there.
Sif lets that go over. Oh, Polar Bear puts them in an awkward spot, but Sif, quick to get back for defense, is able to keep this equalized at 1-1. Val collects the 100, elevates off the sidewall, gets it over Marked. Sif, though, shoves it through. Mark's looking for the bump on the goal keep. J-Dub's able to dodge, but Polar Bear is going to have an awkward angle. Val swats it away with ease.
Yeah, Polar Bear really turned something out of nothing, or nothing into something there with a really high awkward angle that made them make the save, and that's a good way to keep pressure on even when you don't think you're necessarily going to get the touch you want.
Well, I especially thought it had gotten away from them. Unfortunate mistouch there.
Speaking of getting away from you.
Yeah. I was going to say, I thought with Mark going for the goalie and then Polar Bear elevating, taking kind of an awkward ankle shot, I was like, oh, this is clearly out. But you're right. Polar Bear really made something out of nothing there.
And that was looked like a little bit of a ghost touch in the replay from Sif. So that's unfortunate, if true, situation for ATL trying to get back in things.
Sif passes at center. Polar Bear almost got a team pinch with Sif, but that was going to go wide right. J-Dubs, power shot on target. Sif with the double touch, the hard clear. None of them are going to be able to beat Val to the ball, though, so this is going to go back into the corner and stay out of being a potential opportunity. With 54 seconds left to be played in Game 3 here, how much is this going to impact Game 4's performance if they get stopped here in Game 3 and go down 0-3?
Is this a 4-game series?
I have not cast enough for UR to know. That's entirely my bad. Is it just best of 5? First, oh, it probably would be, wouldn't it?
It is, yeah, because I think we're still in regular season.
Oh, shoot. That is entirely my bad. So this is potential for the end of the series.
You got me there for a second. I was like, what? Wait a minute.
Listen, all they told me was sound confident, and that's all I'm doing here.
Oh, because first I thought you were messing with me. Like, what's gonna happen when they go down 3? I was like, I don't know, they're gonna have dinner with their families or something.
Oh, you got me shook. Put series looking like it's coming to a close here. Yeah. 3 what? In Game 3. Oh no.
That was a good series. I don't think the outcome necessarily reflected the performance from ATL. They had a solid showing. They definitely had some ping issues too. I noticed after the reset that Marked was on 100 ping basically the whole time. And so that's a solid deserved win from Jersey. That's going to put them number 2 in the Eastern Conference, but can't be too mad about that if you're ATL.
Definitely not. And every game was within 2 goals. I mean, it's definitely something that you can go back and look and learn from. But I think realistically speaking, Atlanta knows that they're just that close to such a strong contending team in the playoffs.
Yeah. Both of these teams are going to be really hard to beat. The fact that there's so much was on the line in terms of standings there. I mean, Jersey is going to now be 2nd seed versus Atlanta is going to sink to 5th seed. That really speaks to the level of parity in the Noodle Cup. I don't think there's going to be any series that's going to be a slouch or some big blowout laugher. So I'm really excited to hopefully get to cast some of these games. That's going to be some fantastic Rocket League.
Well, for sure. I don't
believe we don't have another matchup tonight. I believe we were the After Dark matchup for sure. So
Mm-hmm.
I've been Boss Radala. Name hasn't changed since the beginning of the production here. Awesome Bill from Tossonville. Any other parting words before we kind of wrap things up here?
No, it's been a pleasure. Happy to end out the final regular season cast here for UR this season. It's been great calling some games. Hope everyone out there has enjoyed them.
For sure, for sure. Well, this has been another exciting matchup for UR, and we will catch y'all later. Take it easy.